Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at Giratina and Zacian core in the Master League. So I'm going to have it equipped as Best Buddy, the Giratina here, and let's see what we have going on. For the third Pokemon, we're going to swap that out throughout this video here. Now, the thing about Master League and Ultra League battles, I feel like the Ultra League battles take a little bit longer. I was getting to the point where several battles for the Ultra League were timing out, or almost timing out, as opposed to these ones here. So yeah, kind of wanted to speed it up. I don't want to do Great League because I can't stand Great League, and since we do have the option to go into Master League, we're going to go ahead and do that right about now. So let's see, we're going to be pairing it up with Snorlax for this first one here, and I think we're going to be going with Landorus after this. Alright, so we have, look at this, what was Segaleo? I know, am I saying it wrong? Okay. Alright, this thing is maxed out. Oh my goodness. And it's going for Psychic Fangs. Alright, building up to 2 superpowers here. Let's see if we can land both of them before they swap here. And we almost get to the next one. That was a close one. Giratina in the back is going to be able to handle this here. No problem at all. We don't have to worry about them getting to what? I mean, Iron Head. That's okay. Hitting me with a Psychic Fang. Zacian's holding on by a thread over here. They're going to be retreating and bringing in a, what was that, a Metagross in the back? Dialga. Okay. Swapping into Zacian and getting to the close combat, building up extra energy for whatever reason. Probably so they can take us out a little bit faster. They're shielding it up anyways. Okay. Bringing in the Giratina again. And we're looking pretty good here. Just got to get to a ominous win. By the time we get there, that should be enough. Maybe one more Shadow Claw is going to be needed to take out that Giratina here. And yep, one more. Doesn't matter if they get to a Psychic Fangs, we're still taking this win here. We're looking good. If you can give this video a thumbs up, folks, I really would appreciate that. Next battle, we're met with a Mewtwo. Okay, that's no problem at all. We like this. The back line, as a matter of fact, this whole team kind of wants to see Mewtwo to some degree. We got that lick on the Snorlax, and it does do okay going up against it here. Letting that first Side Strike go and going straight for that Play Rough. And we're going to go ahead and swap as soon as we get them. All right, there we go. Thought we were going to swap there, and they're going to be bringing in Hydreigon. Alright, very squishy. Can't really take a hit, especially from its weaknesses. So this is great. Going to let that Brutal Swing go, obviously. Building up to 2 superpowers, and this is going to do a lot. Now, we're not going to be able to farm down with Lick, unfortunately. They're going to be shielding up the first body, or superpower. Going for another one here, and yep, now they're going to be able to farm us down. Alright, I guess we can bring in Zacian. Hopefully they do not have Flash Cannon. Alright, so let's see what they're going to hit me with. A Brutal Swing. We're letting it go. Still holding on to 2 shields. And they're retreating. Sounds good to me. We're going to go ahead and throw. That was a Metagross, right? Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina, which is going to take control of the situation here. We're looking great. Hydreigon does have a Brutal Swing ready to go, I do believe. So we'll have to make sure we're ready for that. Still holding on to 2 shields, so I think we're going to be okay. Shielding up the first one from the Mewtwo Side Strike, and I think we're shielding this one up as well. Looks like, yeah, I was trying to tap it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Farming up a little extra here, going for the ominous win. And we're going to have to go for a Shadow Ball. I don't think they quite have it ready to go yet. Can we get to the Shadow Ball? Oh, we're going to. This is not going to KO, but it's going to be pretty close. And we're able to get to the Shadow Ball, and this is going to be enough to take out that Dark type with our Ghost move. Let's go. Thank you, Giratina. Moving on to our next battle. What are we going to see with that Zacian lead met with a Giratina of their own? Alright, we could go ahead and hold tight here. We do have the Snorlax, which would love to see it. So hopefully they do retreat here in a bit. And we are going to let this first one go, calling that ominous win. Great. And this is going to be doing some big damage here. And they're, you know, still looking okay. Giratina can hold its own going up against these fairies here. It's not like a little bit of a pushover. If it did have Dragon Tail, yeah, it'd be in trouble. Going for another ominous wind. Okay, we're going to go ahead and swap at this point into our Snorlax with energy on our Zacian. And they're going to be bringing in a Melmetal. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let this go. I was a little bit quick for a superpower. And they're going to be going for that Rock Slide. Great. Building up to almost to 2 superpowers here. We're going to let this go another Rock Slide, I would assume. Sounds good to me. Superpower wouldn't be enough to take us out anyways, and they lower their defense. Going for the first one here, and they're letting it go, so holding on to 2 shields. I would suspect they're going to be shielding this one up, although they can let it go. Okay, let it go. Great. Perfect. Bringing in their Giratina, knowing that we had just dropped our defense, and now they're going to be able to take us out with Shadow Ball. Down we go. Alright, sounds good. Bringing in our own Giratina. Hopefully we can farm down, and we're getting there. They still have 2 shields, and they have a Swampert in the back, and they're backing out, and we're taking that win. Moving it on to the next battle here. Looks like we got Arlo over there, and we're met with another Mewtwo. Sounds good to me. Let's get it. So we're going to do the old same song and dance. Still have Snorlax on the team. Gonna go for the play rough. Don't think we're gonna swap. Okay. As soon as I say that, we swap, of course. Snorlax is just that safe. As you can see here, they're going to be bringing in Dialga, and this is still a great matchup for us here. Perfect. And I would suspect, yep, they're going to shield that up. Sounds good to me. Going for the next one right away here with that Snorlax, so we still have plenty of health left. They're going to be going ahead and throwing their charge move here, which we're going to go ahead and let go. Iron Head taking us out. Now, we could bring in Giratina to try to farm down, but I think we're going to be going in here with the Zacian. They are shieldless at this point. I did not really realize that. I saw they had no more shields. Like, oh, hold on here. Oh, okay, sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and go for that and bring in our Giratina to go up against this Mewtwo here, and we will be shielding this up. Shadow Ball, okay, sounds good to me. And unfortunately, they're getting to another charge move here, so was looking good, and all of a sudden we used all of our shields up against this Mewtwo here, which is going to be hitting us with that Shadow Ball. We can't take that hit. Want to hold on to our health here, and they have a Melmetal in the back, and that's a wrap. With this much health, Giratina can take over this situation easy money. This is a good matchup for us. We're looking good to go. So I kind of want to invest in my altered form, but I have a 100, and it's actually pretty good for the Master League. I don't know. I just prefer this one over the big old elephant one. This one just hits so stinking hard, but the other one can take a hit. So as you can see here, I was waiting for them to back out. So we take that win there, looking good. Next battle, met with a Dragonite. This is an obvious great matchup. Swapping into their Groudon, and we're going to go ahead and throw the close combat here. Do we have... Okay, we're still going with Snorlax. Swapping into our Giratina here. As we can take the hits quite nicely. Snorlax can too, but it's Shadow, so we're just going to go ahead and go with this one here, and we're looking pretty good. Now, I could have went with the Shadow Ball. I didn't because I kind of wanted to farm them up, and I figured they're going to be shielding that up. So there you go. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, this could be an Earthquake. We're going to go ahead and shield it up, and it's a freaking Fire Punch, so they baited me. We could have survived, no problem at all. But hey, woulda, coulda, shoulda, going for the ominous win, taking them out. 1-to-1 shield. Let's get it here. Still kind of a healthy Giratina, but not quite enough healthy. Not quite healthy enough to get to a charge move. They're immediately swapping into their Metagross and locking themselves, so this is perfect. Very perfect. All we got to do is win this matchup here. Gonna easily let that first Meteor Mash go. Now here's the thing. Sure, I guess they can farm us down, maybe, but they've got only one shield, so we're gonna go for the first superpower here. Shielding that up, going for the next one, and we're still holding on to one shield. Dragonite can't do anything to Zacian unless it has Hurricane, so all we're gonna have to do is simply shield this up, and we're gonna be coming out of this with even more energy, ready to go to take out that Dragonite. And I think they're gonna be waiting to see if we have Play Rough, because if we have Wild Charge, they do potentially have a chance if we lower our stats here, right? If we did, we just build up to 2 back-to-back, right? So they see us Play Rough, they back out, we take the win, we're looking good. Let's get it. Zacian and Giratina, one of the best for the Open Master League. Next battle met with a Melmetal here. Okay, we have to look out for that Flash Cannon, because it is going to pretty much one-shot our Zacian. And this thing is not even maxed out. The Zacian, it's not even completely powered up, not even at 100. So it's still putting in the work. It doesn't really matter here. We do have it, Best Buddy, but we don't have it equipped. All right, going for the close combat here. And they're going to be double shielding their Melmetal. Okay, so I kind of want to preserve the Zacian and swap into our safe swap, which is going to be Snorlax here. And you can go ahead and hit me with a superpower and retreat. That's all good. But they're going for another Rock Slide and bringing in a Garchomp. Sounds good to me. Sounds perfect to me. So we're still holding onto a shield, and we can do a lot of damage here with that Zacian in the back. It's still very healthy. In case they do have a Dialga or something like that, we're going to be able to handle that. Or whatever else is back there. And still the Giratina. Easily going to let this go. Hitting me with an Earth Power. Alright, so we got an Earth Power and Outrage combo, I would assume, with that Dragon Tail. Usually that's what you want to run. Getting to the close combat as soon as possible to take them out, because I don't want to bring in my Giratina to take that Dragon Tail damage. Immediately swapping as we did lower our stats, and they got a Metagross in the back. This is perfect. So, we're not shielding up a thing. We're going to come out of this with energy. We're going to hit Metagross with Shadow Ball, and we're going to take that win. They do have a little bit of energy on it, but we don't have to really worry. We're going to hold on to our shield with the Giratina because this Melmetal does not threaten us whatsoever. We're going to be able to farm down at this point, and we're looking good to go. This is why this combination is so stinking good. Giratina and Zacian, I love to use them. If I had to pick one, it'll probably... I mean, Zacian would probably be better, but personally, I like Giratina. All right, so... Obviously, we... Oh, okay, yeah. Not trying to flex, but we didn't have to shield it, bring it to the Zacian to quick move them down. Next battle, we're going to be met with the Metagross coming back for some of that revenge. Sweet revenge. Let's go. So we're going to build up to do close combats, hit them back to back. Hopefully they don't catch. Going for the first one right out the gate here. Both of these would be enough to take them out if they do let them go. Shielding up the first one sounds good to me. Show me a double shield here with the Metagross. And they're double shielding it. Perfect. And now we got the Landorus on the team. We could let this go, but we're going to go ahead and shield it up because, yeah, Landorus really can't take a hit. And they're swapping into a Hydreigon. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and hit these back to back and take them out here. Debuffing ourselves by 2 stages. Oh, and they're getting to the next one. That's a little bit annoying. This is not going to KO, but I guess that works in our favor because the Landorus did what it needed to do. It took out a Pokemon, right? So now the Metagross, I would assume, is going to come back in here and farm us up. Or another, okay, well, Dragonite. Or Garchomp. Bringing in the Zacian, and oof, they've got Dragon Tail. Alright, dude, they got Mudshot. I couldn't tell. I don't know. Swapping in this, I got really annoyed. So I thought I was going to be able to quickly swap here or hit close combat, but they're able to swap into their Metagross and take out my Zacian with energy. So now the Giratina is going to have to pick up the slack here. So what we're going to do is try to farm them all the way down, and we're doing it fantastic. And we capped out at 100, but we had to come out of there with 100 energy because we need to get to 2 Shadow Balls. There's one, and getting to the next one, and Giratina is going to be able to take the win for us at the end. Let's go, closing it out like usual. Good old trusty. Let's keep it moving here. Next battle, what are we getting met with? A Melmetal. Okay, another one of these. Let's get it. All right, you already know what it is. So technically, you want them to throw first. Now you got to worry about people running that flash cannon. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and build up to 2 and just go for it. No problem. We're going to get a shield out of them at some point here, or we could swap if we really wanted to, right? Alright, so we've lowered our stats significantly at this point, but we're still going to let this go. Rock Slides, doing a lot of damage. Not enough to KO. We're going to let this go yet again. We're just feeling like we're going to go ahead and do that. Holding on to our shield. Now, we could bring in the Landorus and farm up, but that's a lot of farm, and getting hit by Rock Slide is still going to hurt it kind of significantly. So we're going to bring in the Giratina and farm them all the way down to Funky Town to see what they got back there. Alright, they didn't really do too much. Bringing in a Hydreigon. I haven't seen this many damn Hydreigon at once because of the team that I'm using. It's crazy. This algorithm is bananas. Some of you were saying that you never see some of the Pokemon that you see in my videos. That's just the way it works. Okay? I'm telling you. Alright, anyways, got a Dragonite back here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is getting a little bit nervous. Getting to the Stone Edge, which is actually not enough to KO the Dragonite. So yeah, I don't know how we're going to pull this off. The Giratina can still do some good damage up against the Hydreigon, but it's going to be a little close here, taking me out. Oh, yeah. Alright, so going for the Shadow Ball. We've still got 1 shield left, so this Hydreigon does have Bite, so they're not going to be able to spam their charge moves. So at this point, their best bet is to just simply go down with the Bite unless they have 2 charge moves. Getting to the ominous win, and Giratina taking the win up against Hydreigon yet again. Holding it down for us. Are you kidding? Next battle, we're going to be met with a Yveltal. Okay. They swap into their Mewtwo. We bring in our Giratina because we don't want to go up against that Dark type with this at all. Technically, you still have a decent matchup up against it, but you don't really want to be in that position. Alright, gonna go ahead and go for the ominous win here. Trying to get a shield, but they don't shield up, which is horrible. Unfortunately. So now we're gonna have to shield this up because I'm not trying to win or lose this matchup. They're bringing in their Yveltal. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball. Let's go. Doing some decent damage, but they're going to be able to farm us down significantly. Wow, that's a lot of energy. And they still have 2 shields. Swapping into their Dialga. We're going to go ahead and go for the close combat. Get a shield. Swap into our Landorus, which is going to be able to really put in the work here and spam its charge moves. This is a really good Pokemon. I really like using it. It is a 100, completely maxed out, and I do find it to be absolutely worthy of making that investment if this is your game. All right, I mean, if you're just over here having a little fun, I mean, each one of these legendaries costs more than a freaking video game. Okay, more than a freaking video game to max out a damn legendary or mythical, unless it is Melmetal. All right, we're taking that when they're backing out. We're looking good. Moving it on to the next battle here. What are we going to see? A Palkia. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, they stay in here and charge up a lot, which made me think that they have Fire Blast, so it kind of got me a little bit thinking, and maybe I should shield this up and protect myself here. I'm not trying to have this damn thing pretty much take me out. Although we can take a Fire Blast, but we still shield it up, and it is a damn Aqua Tail. So they're going to be swapping into their Dialga. We're going to go ahead and do the close combat and retreat thing here. Great. Building up a little bit more, bringing in the Landorus. So we can take an Iron Head, and I think we try to farm them down here, which is a little ambitious, but we can do it. Yeah, there we go. Landorus putting in the work. Let's get it. Going to go for the close comp, or superpower. Hopefully we can get to another one, can we? Oh, no, unfortunately not. Winning that CMP, but still doing a ton of damage to them. Could have went for Stone Edge, but you already know what it is. Could have, would have, should have. Going to go for the close combat here, because I don't feel like it's really necessary to go for the play rough, right? And they've got an Excadrill in the back, so we're going to go ahead and go for the close combat to threaten them. And then the Giratina, you already know what it is going to close it out for us yet again. So, again, it's the position that these Pokemon are in. It's not like Giratina, oh, it's the best, it keeps closing. That's what it's for on this team. That's what it's for. So that's where it's going to be at, usually, most of the time here. So we're taking the win. Looking good. Giratina, thank you very much. Moving it on to our next opponent. Going to be met with a Metagross. So this is not a good lead for us whatsoever. But that's okay. We have two Pokemon in the back that can handle it. And Zacian, this is why it's so stinking good. I mean, it's got close combat as Snarl. And it's a fairy. I mean, what is this nonsense? Alright, anyway, going to go for the first one here, hitting these back to letting the first one go. That's kind of what you want to usually do. And shield up this next one, of course. And there it is, swapping into the Landorus. And we can let this Meteor Mash go. Don't think we really want to use our show. We are. Okay. Oh, we certainly are. Bringing in a Yveltal. Going to be able to spam this and take a charge move. I would assume that they got Focus Blast, which they're not going to be going with. They're going to be going with the Dark Pulse, of course. There it is, doing a ton of damn damage. And this is not going to quite KO, but it's going to do a lot of damage and then leaving them low enough to potentially farm them down here. Don't know if we can do it with the Giratina before they get to another charge move here. So they're going to be taking us out. Don't think they have too much extra energy built up. Bring it in the Zacian. Okay, just going to go for it. Getting to the close combat like we've seen it do before just to take out an opponent. We know we're lowering that defense, but we immediately swap it. And they got a Zekrom in the back with Charge Beam. They back out. I was like, okay, I guess. Maybe if they had Dragon Breath, they'd be looking good, right? I don't know how, in what situation you want Charge Beam. Next battle, we're met with a Kyogre. Okay, now this is always an issue. This damn thing is always an issue. Unless you still have a dragon on your team, which we do. I know, it's in the back. But we have to get the alignment first. Okay, it's... The damage it does with its quick move is so crazy. Surf and waterfall combo, it's so annoying. So we're actually able to survive here, getting to the play rough, which is great. We're going to be able to do some good damage. Alright, they're farming up even more. Great. Bringing in our Giratina here. We're farming them all the way down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't give a damn. They're not getting to a blizzard. They just threw. Right. So hitting me with another surf. We're coming out of this with a lot of energy. Getting rid of the threat to the Landorus itself. Let's see what they got back here. I would assume it's some sort of steel. And it's a freaking fairy right out the gate here. Was that a Togekiss? Yeah, of course it is. Swapping into our... You know what? I screwed up there. So what does it take to take out the Togekiss with the Landorus? Stone Edge. But it's not going to be quite enough. So we just go Ominous Wind. Do a little chip damage. Hit it with Stone Edge. Throwing that Shadow Ball was dumb. Alright, so they're swapping into their own Giratina here. We're just going to go to Stone Edge City. And they're letting it go. Oh my goodness. How are we going to... Alright, check this out. So I said to myself out loud, you better shield this up. This is a Stone Edge. You better shield it up or you're going to get taken out. Bam. We got their shield. That's all we really needed to do. We're great. We're golden. We're good. Getting to the Shadow Ball. And we're going to be able to take the win here up against that Togekiss. Wasn't looking good. But now Giratina, like usual, coming in as a good old trusty. Next battle. Met with a Xerneas. Alright. This one got me a little nervous. I was like, I got one of these powered up too, shiny. Not all the way. I think it needs like 2 more power-ups. It's always those last damn power-ups that take so much freaking energy. Or candies. So ridiculous. I don't care about the dang star. Alright, anyways, we're getting a shield out of them. Going for another play rough, of course, because we're not going for any close combat. And they're double shielding up their Xerneas. I'm like, come on, man. Are you serious, boy? Are you serious? So we go for the close combat, and this is the problem with throwing dumb moves like this. Now they know they can farm me down, so I'm like, oh crap. Yeah, screwed up big time. We're going to have to shield something, whether it's the Giratina or the Landorus, because we're taking super effective, and I'm not trying to take all that damage, but we're letting it go. They hit me first with a close combat, expecting a steal, but at this point they have enough energy for a Moonblast. We're just going to go ahead and shield it up, and then farm them down. No more shield on either end. What's going to go on here? Bringing in a Garchomp. Okay, that's interesting. Gus Dragon Tail on that? Yeah, it's got Dragon Tail. It's doing a lot of damage. Alright, this is not particularly great at all, so I'm assuming this is going to be like a... Okay, alright, that's very interesting. They're going for Sand Tomb. I guess Dragon Tail me down, farm out, and then come out of this with energy? Alright, yeah, I guess. There they go. And another Sand Tomb, I would assume. Now, there has to be something in the back we can handle relatively quick. And we already dropped our defense now, so we're looking horrible. Melmetal? Okay. Okay, that we can deal with. Throwing right away, huh? Sounds good to me. A Thunderbolt. Oh, so 2 superpowers going to do it. No more shielding out of their end, and I have both of them ready to go. There goes 1. There goes 2, and Lander is closing it out for us and taking the win. And looking good. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, folks. Please, it really does help me out. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!